Hello, hello, my darlings. Welcome to Becoming Abundant podcast with your host, Anna Maria Jinga. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining every week. Thank you for sharing our fabulous little podcast here with everyone that you know could benefit from it. And thank you for liking and commenting and sending me your DMs. It's always such a pleasure to serve you. And do I have an absolutely fabulous topic for this week. As usual, we probably will talk about God because God is in everything. But at the same time, the biggest thing that came to mind this week was that I really need to share with you how I got to simplify my life. And it actually came from cleaning up my house this week. We're back in Calgary, as some of you guys know that follow my journey from traveling through the States during winter and living in Florida, having a fabulous summer vacation during winter time in Florida. So if you guys are living in Canada or experience four seasons in everywhere where you are in the world right now, you know how wonderful it is during the coldest months to go somewhere where it's warm. And we get to do that, my family and I. We get to live in our RV for 6 months out of the year down south in Florida, enjoying super fabulous weather most of the time because it still rains once in a while, but it's fine. It's basically our summer during winter because when we come back in Canada, I can tell you for a fact, it is not as fabulous and warm here until maybe July or August. Right now, I was checking the forecast, the predictable forecast for May and June, and for those speaking Celsius, we're not gonna go above 20 degrees. For those speaking Fahrenheit, we're probably gonna go get close to some days around 75, 80 degrees. So you can imagine how I am missing Florida right now. Every second of every day. But it's actually very beautiful to experience and explore how our life gets to look like and be like when this is our lifestyle. And as we're back in Calgary and I'm starting to declutter the house, I see a lot of more things that we have quote unquote hoarded throughout the years. We haven't hoarded them, but we have so many more things that we actually don't necessarily need that I've been going through them. And I have to tell you this because I get to keep myself accountable while I tell you. I even signed myself and my son up for a garage sale, neighborhood garage sale in June, where I have planned the whole month of May to go through every little corner of the house and organize things for the garage sale. I'm really excited. He's actually signed up as well for mini entrepreneurs. There's a little program in the neighborhood happening in June, the same weekend. So he's going to be doing his lemonade stand, and I will be selling all the extra clutter, extra things that we have in the house because this is how I get to simplify my life. And I wrote this past week, a little post where I shared how I achieved a lot of things in life. I achieved lots of my dreams, lots of my goals, a lot of growth as well. I achieved salaries that I wanted to make. I achieved debt being paid off. I achieved living in a beautiful house. I achieved traveling for half of the year and experiencing different cultures and different spaces and different people. I achieved so much surface level things that 10 years ago, Anna would have said, "Oh my God, you're living your dream life." And I am. And it's still something was missing. And I kept praying to God, like, hey, what is going on in my life that I feel like still I'm missing? I'm living everything that I dreamed of, everything that I wanted, being quite close to debt free, being way more financially independent than I ever thought possible, being in this space where I get to have the dream job and the dream career and the dream family and all of that. And still something is missing. What is missing? And the thing that came to mind was God telling me, clean it up. And my brain, I was like, clean what up? I started cleaning my mind up, my emotions. I learned so much about managing my mind, my thoughts, the emotions behind my thoughts, how thoughts become the manifestation of our reality, how emotions get to be the foundation of that manifestation, how they get to be manifested in the body. Every positive and negative emotion is manifest in the body. I learned every little possible thing that I could find about these things. I learned, and still something was missing. And I kept hearing, clean it up, clean more up. So as I was cleaning up my mind and my heart and my body and my spirit, I realized that the more I clean on the inside, but the outside is still messy, the more I feel clutter. The more clutter is around me, the more clutter is inside me. So I started cleaning up. And I can tell you for a fact that for the past 3 years, I've been decluttering so much out of our house and donating and selling and throwing out so much weighted stuff that we either kept because it's broken, but maybe we can fix it, or the randomest things you can think about that we keep in our houses that actually don't matter to us anymore. And the thing is, the more we lived in our RV, the more coming back to the house, I realized so often how I don't need 70% of the stuff that I have. So I decluttered books. I decluttered clothes. I decluttered old memorabilia that didn't have an actual emotional attachment. It was just, oh, maybe I'll keep it because it's cute. And I totally understand now more and more why people went down the whole Marie Kondo rabbit hole, because if something doesn't make you happy, doesn't make you feel pretty, doesn't make you feel good, it does not belong in your house, in your environment, in your mind, in your heart. Everything had to go away. So here I am, 3 years into living half of the year in our RV, and I realized how much a simple life brings so much more joy. Because when you don't have things weighing you down, you get to experience more. When you don't have so many things to clean up, put away, wash, dust, all of that, you get to spend less time organizing and reorganizing your life and more time living your life, more time being in your life rather than doing your life, more time being disciplined in experiences versus disciplined in keeping a tidy house. And I can tell you, I love our Calgary house. I absolutely love it. It's the kind of house that I dreamed of having when I was living back in Romania. And now I look at it and I'm like, I am outgrowing the house, but not from a place of I need something bigger, but from a place of I need something more functional for what we need. Because there's a lot of space that we don't use. There's a lot of space that can collect clutter because it's not being put to good use, to useful use. And I thought of this and I actually wanted to bring it to you guys, to my community, here at Becoming Abundant, asking you, what are you having in your life, in your environment, or in your mind, in your emotions, in your heart even, that is just taking up space, collecting dust, emotional or physical dust? What do you have that's collecting dust that you need to let go of, that you need to part ways? Because sometimes we hold on to things, we hold on to emotions, we hold on to the need to be right instead of kind, the need to not forget, because even though we forgive, I can't forget what happened to me. I was there in your shoes. If you're that person, I feel you. I was holding on to history because I deserved to be seen as I was hurting, but the hurt was not hurting anyone else but me. The emotions were not causing anyone else pain or struggle or chaos except for myself. So, what are you actually holding on to in your environment that might even be connected to an emotional weight that you're not ready to let go of? Because I can tell you for a fact that the moment I started 3 years ago decluttering our house, more and more I started decluttering my mind and I started decluttering my heart. And the more simple life I have adopted, the simpler my heart and my mind was. And that, my darlings, has brought so much freedom. Because becoming abundant means also becoming free. And I can tell you for a fact that I am 10,000 times more abundant and present and joyful and happy when we're in our RV and I get to experience 10,000 times more life than just sitting in a house and cleaning it up. Because sometimes the things that we want, we get to manifest. But then we realize that the things that we want so hard out of maybe ego or out of as societal expectations or out of whatever it is, it might be just something superficial when in fact we just need freedom. We just need love. We just need presence. We just need to live our lives more. So I'll leave you with that, with the question of how can I simplify my life more? Because the moment you realize how you can simplify your life more, you get to simplify your mind, you get to simplify your emotions, your spiritual connection, and your presence. You get to simplify your body. Your body will thank you the moment you simplify your mind and emotions. I can tell you for a fact. So, my loves, send me your answers, send me your insights. I'm always excited to read all of your texts, all of your emails, all of your DMs. I'm so proud of you for going in this journey with me as we collectively form a freedom-focused, abundant-focused voice where we get to experience more life, more fabulous, magnificent, blessed life. So until next week, my loves, I wish you so many blessings, so much love, and remember to, drumroll please, stay salty and bright. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.